Hey everybody, so my name is Precious and welcome to my channel. Let's start with Precious. So today I'm going to be doing a Lisa Left Eye Lopez mediumship reading. I didn't know today was Lisa Lopez's birthday until I saw it on my timeline on Instagram. I didn't know she would have been 50 years old today because the thing is that I knew that she was 30 when she died, but it has been almost 20 years since she died. Because I know when she died, I think she died in April, which is like a month before her birthday. And so I remember she died in 2002. And so 2019 is 2021 now. So yeah, it's been 19 years. No, not 19 years. It's been, not, yeah, I'm right. It has been 19 years since she died because next year in 2022, it'll be 20 years since she died. Okay, so since today is Lisa Left Eye Lopez's birthday, which she would have been 50 years old, I decided to do a mediumship on her. Because a lot of people know from Left Eye's documentary called The Last Days of Left Eye, she was a very spiritual person, very intuitive, very eclectic, very in tune with nature and the future and outer space and the planets and whatnot. She was way about it 20 years ago. Like she was dealing with herbs and spices and how herbs and spices can cure like different communicable diseases. She was good friends with Dr. Sebi, who's now passed away. And, they said at the time he had the cure for HIV and AIDS, and he was in Honduras as well. And I think he was from Honduras. And Left Eye had a connection to Honduras because of Dr. Sebi. And a lot of people don't know that her father was, I read in the article one time, was like Mexican and Honduran, and her mom is Cape Verdean. So she had heritage in Honduras as well as a spiritual connection. And it's funny how when she went for this spiritual retreat with the group called Egypt that she created, and she went on this like spiritual journey, teaching them about exercising, connected with nature, and how drinking different herbs and just kind of leaving the commercial snacks and all of that, different types of preservative food alone, so you could be healthy and be restored and generated. And she talked about her life and history with TLC. But I'm really sure a lot of us would like to know, how would Lisa be today and what would she be doing. So today I'm going to be tapping into Left Eye's energy to see what comes up. And yes, I do mediumships. I've done them for a couple of clients and I have been very spot on. So I'm going to welcome in her spirit. Spirit of Lisa Left Eye Lopez, I ask that you come into my presence today on YouTube. We really want to talk to you. We really want to see how you're doing, but we also want some answers from you pertaining to the questions that we have. Okay, so the question I have for you, Left Eye, is today in 2021, what will you be doing? Like, what will you be doing music wise, life wise, and whatnot? So I picked up the Two of Pentacles, and I'm hearing her say that she would like to teach people about survival because due to the virus, a lot of people have lost their livelihood from not knowing what to do, not knowing how to get another job, not knowing how to make money. But she's also saying that a lot of people have started businesses within this pandemic. But she's saying that her biggest thing that she was focused on is teaching people how to recover, how to restore themselves, how to pick up the pieces where they left off and to continue on. Because Left Eye was all about transformation and rejuvenation and restoring oneself. So this is what she's saying that she would do. She's also saying that she would help out people a lot by giving money to nature like programs, pretty much helping forestry and whatnot. And when I say forestry and nature, she's pretty much saying that she would like to heal the earth first instead of trying to develop new housing on top of it and develop new buildings and whatnot and all of this like commercial stuff. Because Left Eye is saying now that a lot of the world is becoming gentrified and a lot of the natural abilities and gifts are being taken away by the industrial companies and whatnot. And it's taken away a lot of Earth's nutrients. It's taken away a lot of its value. So she's saying that she would work on restoring nature and cultivation as a way of healing the Earth and healing the planet so that the Earth could start helping people. Because she's saying that there's power in the Earth, there's power in water, there's power in rejuvenation. I'm hearing the word fixation as well. Let me look it up. A lot of times in the spiritual world, words will pop up that you never even heard before, and they have meanings and whatnot that pertain to what you're trying to say. So let's look up fixation. Yes, an obsessive interest in or feeling about someone or something, the action of making something firm or stable. Yes, fixation. That's pretty much what she said. She says fixation is what she's focusing on because she really wants to heal the earth, to heal the planet by teaching people that you don't always have to run and get a pill or run and get a tester or even with the vaccines. It's saying she's saying that she's against the vaccines because it's not natural. It didn't come from the earth. It didn't come from a live being. It's just pretty much a man made medicine in a lab that's being given to people for the sake of money. Because you guys know Left Eye was very in touch with money. She's actually the one that shed light on the Pebbles situation, how Pebbles and Peppertone had cheated TLC out of all that money. Okay, Spirit of Lisa Left Eye Lopez, what would you be doing music wise right now? Would you put out an album? Would you go on tour? Would you cultivate more groups? What would you be doing in this time frame right now musically? I'm hearing she's saying that she would still continue to do music, but she would do it more from a producer level. She felt like at the time that she died, that TLC was kind of trailing off to that mature level anyway, where it was time for them to separate and to do their own thing. So she's saying that at the time she put out the Supernova album, that was the perfect time for her to do that because she knew spiritually that that's where the group was going. It's like with T Boz and Chili, they wanted to remain in the group and they wanted to remain like cordial about everything Lisa was doing, and they wanted to just pretty much ride out TLC. But Left Eye had a plan. She had a plan because she knew that TLC was not something that she could continue to do long term. It's like it was fun when she was like 18, 19 years old, and it was cool for them to go on all these world tours and sell out arenas and do the different photo shoots and rap about the different meanings about life and earth and connections that humans have with each other. But Left Eye said that she knew it was time for her to go. She knew that her life on earth was not going to last much longer once TLC hit like the 2000s. So fan mail, it's like after that, that's when Left Eye started getting to work. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm hearing this stuff from the spirit. I don't do any type of research on anybody or anything, before I do a reading at all. Even with my clients, when I read them, I just maybe ask for a name and whatnot, and I just listen to what spirit says and I speak it out. Plus, I am a TLC fan, and Left Eye was my favorite out the group, but I'm not a expert on TLC and Left Eye. So everything I'm saying in this video is coming from her. So she pretty much said that at fan mail, that's when she started going to Honduras, doing a lot of research and pretty much finding out who she is, what she has to offer, and what she has to give on an individual level. She's also saying that she would still cultivate groups like she did in the late 90s or 2000s because you guys know that the group that she founded with Natina Reed and Shamar DeVoe and Brandy, she cultivated that group Black. And then after Black, she had Egypt and Left Eye is saying right now that if she would have lived longer, she would have developed a boy band, like a boy group. More so that was like more futuristic, kind of like the K-pop groups. Left Eye, she was very in touch with like Asian culture and very influenced by like the hairstyles and the language and how advanced they were technically. So she's saying that she would incorporate a lot of that into the group with the boy band that she wanted to create. So she's saying that after Black in Egypt that she really wanted to cultivate a boy band that was more of like K-pop ish and futuristic and whatnot, just like her, just like the Supernova album. She is saying that when it comes to Black would have been a lot better if she would have lived and continued to produce them. Because Black, they dealt with some of the same things that Left Eye did. And this is what she's saying, like with the delays and the pushbacks and the not being pushed as far as they really wanted to go. Because Left Eye is saying that she got pushed back as well with the Supernova album, that it was only released, I think, in Japan or maybe in England, but it didn't come out like worldwide until years after she died. And she feels like, and it's ironic how the same thing happened to Black because their Torch album that they had created a long time ago just got released, I think in like 2014, 2015ish or something like that. So yeah, Left Eye and Black, they went through the same things. What makes Black so special to Left Eye was that she had a spiritual connection with them. She knew that they were just like TLC. They were around the way girls. They had it going on. They were very like flavorful and upbeat and whatnot. And they were just, a lot of girls, fun girls just trying to have fun and whatnot. But I am seeing where, okay, you guys, I'm trying to find, okay, I know I'm clicking on a lot of stuff, but I'm just really trying to find like the chat box because I get so confused with this whole what's for kids thing. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now the chat should be able to pop up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now the chat's popping up. So Left Eye is saying she had a spiritual connection with Black. Black was very futuristic, very intuitive and eclectic, just like her mainly in TLC. Not so much as TLC, but more like her. Because if you guys look at like how Black panned out, it really is like Left Eye's career and how her life even panned out. And then when you look at the rapper Natina Reed from the group, she died almost the same way Left Eye did, by a car. Because Left Eye, died in Honduras in a very tragic car accident. And Natina Reed, she died by getting hit by a car. So there's this connection, like even in death, with Natina and Left Eye being the rappers from these, very prominent and memorable groups, and they both died in the same manner. And it's like they both had children because Left Eye didn't have any biological children, but she had a daughter that she adopted named Snow. Natina Reed had, a son by Corrupt, and Left Eye and Natina Reed were like the rappers in the group. They were very eclectic, very different. They both had that cute kind of spicy, feisty kind of voice when they rapped. And it's like even with their clothes and their hairstyles, it was, very different and in your face. And both of them do have a criminal history. Because with Left Eye, she had a criminal history more so with like alcohol and burning down her boyfriend's mansion. And Tina Reed has some run-ins with the law, of course, with drugs and prostitution. So there's like a lot of, energetic connections between Tina and Left Eye. Now, moving on from that, Left Eye did say that she would create more groups and she would have cultivated more groups musically. She decided that, not decided, but she's saying that if she would have lived longer, she would have been a producer per se. She would have produced music. She would have done Left Eye Productions, where she would just be sitting in the back, mixing sounds and tunes, directing people, writing scripts for videos and songs. And she also saying that she would have done more commercials. Now, Left Eye, I did not know Left Eye had was a model for Calvin Klein. She did a spread for Calvin Klein jeans. And then I think at the time she did a commercial where she was singing like "Give a Little Bit of Your Love," and I think it was for maybe the Bebe line or something. But yeah, so Lisa, she was kind of in the fashion world a little bit too. Now I do hear Lisa saying that she would have created a clothing line. It would have been the types of things that she was into at the time. She would have worked with a lot of neon bright colors, a lot of cutouts because Left Eye and TLC, they did wear a lot of cutouts where they would have maybe like shirts, and this is pretty much the style that a lot of people wear today. When you look at like urban clothes for people in their 20s, they would have like pullovers with the breast part cut out and the bras being shown, and then pants with the butt cut out, and then different rips and stuff in the jeans, and it pretty much being like a puzzle connecting type of outfit. So that's what she's saying that she would do. So I'm gonna ask Lisa another question before I close. Okay. Lisa Left Eye Lopez. What did you honestly think of your bandmates, T Boss and Chili, when you were in the group with them? Left Eye saying that they were kind of dry, no fun, and there was a sisterhood, but it was more so of a group thing. It's like there was no like bond. Yeah, they talked, yeah, they conversed and whatnot, but there wasn't like a deep, 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 deep rooted friendship that they shared. It was more so like a bond, we're bandmates, we're teammates, we're label mates and stuff. But as far as them being like really close, it's a no. She's saying that they were pretty much just bandmates. That's it. Now I am gonna ask her about Andre Rison. Spirit of Left Eye. When it comes to Andre Rison, how are your feelings now about him, and what do you think about the situation that happened with the house burning down, the memories you two shared up until now? Spirit is saying, well, not Spirit, but Lisa is pretty much saying that she could have done things a lot better. It's like Lisa's saying she knows that she's a hothead and she knows that she reacts fast and has fast reactions to things. But she's also saying that she could have done things a lot better between him and her. Because she's saying that when they met in the club and like the fun dance scene and whatnot. But he did cheat on her a lot. And that's what she was sick and tired of. And she wanted him to know that she meant business, that, she didn't appreciate him cheating on her and not liking her, not loving her as much as she knew that there was real love there, but it was toxic. It's like they hated and loved each other at the same time. But Lisa is saying that out of all her boyfriends and whatnot, he was the one that she loved the most because he was the one that really understood her and that got her and was able to grip her and bring her to like her wits end, but also bring her to her greatest senses. So she's saying that 20 plus years now since that happened. She's sorrowful about it and she regrets it because being this violent person is not who she is. She's Lisa Left Eye Lopez. The fun one, the goofy one from TLC, the one that everybody loves, and not this monster that they portrayed her to be. So before I close this video, do any of you guys have any questions for Left Eye as to what answers you want her to answer? Let's pretty much ask another one. I'm going to ask this one. It's about Suge Knight. Suge Knight, you all know, Tupac and DJ Quick and all this crazy stuff. Left Eye was actually working with Suge Knight before she died. And at the time, she called herself Nina. So when she was breaking away from TLC, she got on a radio station and said that all three of them need to do a separate album and compete. And whoever wins the most accolades or whoever has the most traction will win $1 million. And at that time, she was talking to Suge Knight because there's a picture of Left Eye and Suge Knight, and I think Corrupt, and she went under the name Nina, and she actually appeared on 106 and Park with Suge Knight talking about her persona as Nina. So let's see what that was all about. Okay, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, what was your relationship like with Suge Knight, and why were you with him? She's saying that her and Suge Knight were close. Her and Suge Knight, they had a lot in common. She really wanted to see who he was, whether he was the evil monster that everybody said he was. But she felt like he was somebody that she could keep close, somebody that she could really learn from and really cultivate new ideas. But once she saw how clingy he was and how forceful he was and how she just wasn't able to think outside of the box and out of her mind, that's when she broke away from him. Because at first he appeared to be a very cool person, but it's like it got tarnished along the way when she started finding out things about how he would do artists and how he would sign them on to these big deals, making them think or pretending like they were going to make money, and all he did was just suck them dry. And to have them looking like they were famous or successful or rich, and the whole time he would just be leeching off of them. And that's why Left Eye is saying that's why she left, because she saw him for who he was, that he wasn't this big, powerful man that he portrayed himself to be, but he was actually a leech and a moocher and a very dangerous man because he did do a lot of auspicious things to people that she regrets that she witnessed and that she saw. But she knew, at that time, that was something that she was never going to do ever again. So that's all for the reading. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. But also click that bell to make sure that you get a notification every time I drop a new video.